What's up, guys? Out here in Sydney. So in this video, I want to talk about how to make approaching women something that's normal, something that's natural, something that doesn't feel like this weird thing you're doing that just feels very forced. That's what this video is going to be about. Now, the first thing you have to understand about going out, it's like your mindset and your intentions really matter. So for example, if you go out there, like some guys, and you're walking around and you're looking at women and you're just thinking of them in terms of like just purely their looks, you're looking at them like, okay, they're just like pieces of meat, and you're just running around like you're in your head, you're thinking, who here is just hot? And then you're just going for like everyone. That's not the right mindset. That is not natural. That is not normal. But yet that's what a lot of guys who do this do. They're not selective. They simply say to themselves, as long as they fit this particular kind of look, like as long as they're hot enough, they fit enough of the societal idea of what they should look like, then they'll approach. They don't consider things like, what's their actual vibe like? What's their energy? Do I actually connect with that? They just see them and they're like, okay, this girl's hot enough. She has this, and they just approach every girl who's like that. Or some guys, it might just be like, they're just approaching practically any woman that's in the same age bracket. And it's just not what you want to do. You want to be a little bit more selective. You want to walk around, you want to be able to actually feel your emotions in your body, okay? Because if you can't, then you have no sense of who to actually go for, who to actually connect with, because you're not going to be able to connect with everyone. And this idea, and this is one of the things that's wrong with pickup, is this idea that you can just make someone attracted to you. You can just make a connection happen. The actual truth is you can't. It's actually already there, or it isn't, before you actually go up. And now you can still fuck up what's already there, okay? You can block it, but it's either there or it isn't before you even go up. Some of you might have had that experience, like you're walking along and they look at you, they glance at you. Now, why does that happen? It's not just because they liked your look, although that is a part of it. It's also because on some level they liked your energy, they liked your vibe, they liked the kind of frequency you were putting out, and they resonated with it, and they liked it, and so then they noticed you. Now, when that happens, it's a done fucking deal. If you ever notice that happening, you can only fuck that up. Like, it's already there. It's like, and I guarantee you, a lot of the time it's gonna be reciprocal as well. And often, when you see someone, and you all have probably had that experience where you just see someone and it's beyond just like a sense of like, oh, they're attractive. They're hot. Like, it's beyond that. It's like there's something about them, about their energy, that really kind of pulls you in. And the more of that kind of strong kind of pull you get, usually the better it's going to be. The better the interaction is going to be, the better the connection is going to be. One way you can tell whether someone's compatible, whether someone's actually right with you, whether someone's actually like the right match, that they're at like a similar frequency, you two are like really compatible, like energetically, personality, everything, is if you can settle into the silences. So for example, when you hold that eye contact, it's like if you can settle into it, you can stop speaking as much, and it just feels good, then you probably have compatibility. Whereas if you hold the silences and it just feels fucking weird, then you're probably not compatible. Because the truth is in the energy, and the energy is between the things being said. And that's the shit that really matters. The energy never lies. And so if it's there, it's there. And all you can do is block it. Now, how do guys block it? So sometimes there is actually compatibility. There is actually a spark. There is actually some good energy there because of the compatibility. But then guys block it because they don't allow themselves to settle into it, so they talk too much, they break eye contact, they do a lot of fidgeting, they do a lot of weird shit, maybe they've learned some kind of weird line somewhere, they do that. They talk about certain things because they heard they have to somewhere, and like that fucks with that natural connection that was supposed to occur. It literally gets in the way. And that's the problem with a lot of the advice out there, is it gets in the way. And I've experienced this myself. I've had moments where just started an interaction, I felt that kind of flow, and then I could notice that I just like said some kind of shit that I learned in the past. Like I have to literally unravel all of that shit that I used to learn. I have to like forget it nowadays. And every now and then it comes back, and then I have to like get rid of it because it fucks with that flow. And the thing is, the more developed you are, you attract what you are. And so the more developed you are, the more developed the people that you're actually compatible with are going to be. So if you're someone who's done, therapy, spiritual development, self-development, all these things, then who you're truly compatible with is usually going to be someone on the same level, that same frequency. And the thing is, the more work you've done, the higher you get, the more kind of truthfulness they're going to expect from you, the more kind of like integrity and not being weird they're going to like expect from you. And so that's why for some of you, you might be in these interactions, some of the shit you're learning might be fucking you up. Now, other than that, sometimes there is compatibility, there is connection, but sometimes you're just not loose enough. You're not free enough. You can't quite settle into what's there. It's too much to handle. And you guys have probably had that experience. Now, if that's you, you get into an interaction, you feel nervous, you feel like it just feels awkward, right? You just can't quite handle it. A lot of the times that's because you're not like putting yourself out there socially enough. You're not interacting with enough people. And this is very common. It's like guys are just like, they're on their phones all the fucking time. They might go on a date from apps like every now and then. But then when they do, it's like they're super in their head. They're stifled. They're unexpressive. They're just living in this shell. Like they're not unleashed. They're just like sitting there in their head thinking, how do I say the right shit? They're just playing it safe. They're boring. And they sense it. Now, if you lived your life in a different way and you were actually getting more social more of the time, you were interacting with women more regularly, I guarantee you'd be very different. And that's the thing with dating, with social skills. They can't be learned up here. It's like you can't, like think of it this way. Think about something like surfing. It's like, yeah, you can read a little bit about it here and there, sure. Maybe there's some techniques, whatever. But at the same time, if you never actually fucking do it, like you're never gonna be able to fucking stand up on that thing when the wave comes. And it's the same way with social skills, with dating, all this shit. You've got to go out there and like get used to that tension, get used to like being able to hold eye contact and not like look away, get used to like relaxing when you're in front of a woman. Because when it comes to meeting women during the day, like if you can't feel relaxed in that moment, they're not going to want to see you again. They're not going to want to give you their number. They're not going to want to go on a date because they don't feel relaxed yet, comfortable yet. And that could be tough because most guys never do it, for one, because they don't have the balls. But the ones that actually do, it's like, it makes sense that they're going to feel fucking nervous. But the harsh truth is, like, women expect you to be relaxed in that situation. And if you're not, I know from experience, it's not really going to lead to dates, to numbers, to whatever, because they never felt like they got to settle in. They never felt like truly like safe and comfortable and relaxed because you were still nervous. And it's okay to feel nerves, but you need to get to a point where you're so okay with that sensation, so okay with the nerves, that you're just kind of relaxed into it And the more interactions you do, the more you show yourself like, hey, this is safe, this is okay. Like, I'm not gonna get fucking exiled from the tribe. Like, I'm safe here, right? Because there's a part of all of you that thinks if you go up and interact with a woman, like, you've got all these ideas about all this bad shit that's gonna happen. Like, people say from a biological standpoint, the reason why we're so afraid is because it goes back to like tribal conditioning. Like, if we were to, you know, express intent with some girl in the tribe and it went badly, we'd get like killed or something. So that's like what the evolutionary people say. But I think more simple than that. It's like people just are afraid of maybe public ridicule. People are afraid of rejection, embarrassment, you know, all these kinds of things. So many reasons. But when you do it, you show yourself that it's safe. Okay, it's the same with any fear that exists, right? Like, let's say you had some kind of weird phobia. You're like scared of spiders or something. Pretty fitting in Australia. And if you had that fear, like, how do you get over it? Let's say you were so scared of spiders, like, you couldn't even get out of bed in the morning. Well, like, you'd probably have to like do some progressive exposure to that, right? Like, maybe you'd start with like looking at a picture of a spider and like, can I just stay there? Can I just breathe, right? And then maybe you see one contained in a jar or something, and then you just see, like, can I just stay here? Can I just breathe? Can I just relax? And it's the same thing. You can never get good with this, get natural with this, if you don't go through that, right? You need to go out there, get into it. Now, in terms of how to actually like do it, how to actually go in there, you know, I'm actually running a workshop in Sydney where I'm going to be breaking all of that down, like, step by step, with demonstrations as well. Like, just like the whole thing, like, you know, what angle to come in from, like talking about tonality, talking about body language, talking about what, you know, how you can do it in a truthful way that isn't cringy and weird, and in a way that's like attuned to where they're at. So I'm going to be breaking down all of that with a professional model, and participants are going to get the opportunity to go up there and practice themselves as well. So the link for that is in the description below, so you can check that out. Second release tickets are open until the 21st of September, and then it's final release, first release already sold out. So get in on that while you can, and be great to see you there. Peace.